All right, so I'm Steven and this is Chase, and we're going to be talking about the functions of behavior. So, when we're talking about the functions of behavior, essentially what we're trying to figure out is why is this behavior happening? Why do I see my child or student engaging in aggression, or maybe they're yelling, or maybe they're not listening to me, or they're not following instruction? Why is that happening? So, we're going to talk a little bit about that.
All right, I'm gonna put on my BCBA hat. So I'll be the BCBA right now, and Steven will be the parent. Oops. So the first function I'll be talking about is access, which basically means why does this kid continue to get this thing, or it answers the question, what does it get me, so to say. An example of this is let's say if a kid see someone else get ice cream and they scream really loud and then they get ice cream because of it. That's probably pointing towards access as a function of the screaming,
I'll
meaning
definitely
he's
see stuff
probably
that
going
way.
to scream again because he's probably going to get ice cream again. The next one I'm going to talk about is the automatic function. An easy way to think about this is it feels good. So let's say you're you have an itch on your arm and you go to scratch it. The reason you probably scratch it is because it feels good, it makes it feel better. And in the past, when you scratch it, the itch goes away. So you're probably going to do it again. So any automatic, if we ever use that term, the function is automatic. Basically, what it means is the kid's doing it by themselves, and there's no there's no need for anyone else to mediate that, so to say. Um, I'm gonna take my hat off, and I'll be the parent now, and I'll let Steven be the BCBA.
All right. So the next function that we're going to be talking about, Chase, is attention. And just let me know if this has ever happened to you. Your student or your son or daughter is like Chase, 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 Chase
Yep.
over here, Chase. Yeah. What do they want?
I feel like they want me to look at them and like
They
talk to
want
them.
they want your attention, right? So that behavior of saying your name over and over again until they get that attention, that's behavior is the function is attention, right? So it doesn't always have to be saying your name. It could be any behavior. It could be someone who's yelling. It could be someone who's engaging in aggression. It could be anything. But if it's in order to get your attention, then the function is attention. The next one is avoidance. And another example of that one is imagine you're at work and there's that one person that you really don't want to talk to. So maybe you kind of like stay away from that area altogether. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, like staying away from the boss.
Right, exactly. You don't want to interact with the boss today. Maybe you didn't do a project or something, and you're like, okay, I'm going to stay away from them. I'm going to avoid that person.
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about for that function, that avoidance, right?
Okay.
You're staying away from that person, staying away being the behavior, and the function of that is to avoid the interaction. Usually something aversive, and when we say aversive, is like something that they don't really want to interact with. So
Okay.
that's kind of avoidance. And I'm going to pass it back to Chase, who's going to talk about how function informs treatment.
All right. So let's put this hat back on. So the things to keep in mind with function are basically if we as the behavior analysts can determine why this behavior continues to occur, we can eventually replace these problem behaviors, we call them, with more functional behaviors. So let's say, for example, that kid that screams really loud or hits people to get their attention, we can start teaching them to say more appropriate words, and maybe tolerating 10 seconds of delay before they actually get the attention. Um, and we could do these with all four of these functions. These four functions are the probably the words that you'll be hearing a lot of. So keeping these in mind, if you ever hear these, we can clarify these with you. But there's for the most part, you're going to keep hearing these: access, attention, automatic, and avoidance.
Okay,
So is
I
there
think I
anything
got
else we
that.
need to say, or you think we're all clear on that?
No, I think that makes sense to me.
All right, sweet. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.
Do.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Yep.